The business of Hollywood is starting to get just as dramatic as the movies and TV shows that it produces. Hi, what's up, everybody? So I came across this article on the Hollywood Reporter that's talking about something that David Ellison, who owns Skydance and now Paramount movie studios, and he's trying to buy Warner Brothers and merging them all under one umbrella. But now things are getting a little bit tenuous. He said that if this deal doesn't go through, he's leaving California and taking everything with him. Now, this came about because a lot of people weren't really happy with this deal. Before, Netflix was the one that was buying Warner Brothers, and then somehow Paramount swooped in and was able to, take it away from Netflix. And a lot of people were not happy about that. And I'm talking about politicians in California weren't happy about it. Actors and directors weren't happy about it. The Writers Guild was not happy about it. And so now these two lawsuits have been filed. The Attorney General from California and with the Writers Guild put their muscle together and filed a lawsuit to prevent this merger from happening. Now, this is a huge deal. A lot of money involved, a lot of players, a lot of moving parts. And it got me to thinking of what kind of situation that these people find themselves in. Because to even think of a Hollywood studio leaving California, especially one as historic as Paramount, it's been in Hollywood for 100 years now. And then Warner Brothers as well. Not also being in Hollywood forever. And so the idea of them leaving California is just kind of almost mind-boggling to me. But that's the situation that we have in because there are options. We got Atlanta that has movie studios that are making content. We have Austin has a film scene. Houston, Texas has one. Shreveport with 50 Cent and G Unit Productions. And now the main place courting David Ellison and everything that he would bring with him is Tennessee, of all places. And there's so much of this going on having to do with just power, money. I mean, when for anyone watching that knows anything about, how things work in the States, especially in California, they have a super high tax rate, whereas Tennessee has zero. You know what I mean? So there's those things going on. But at the same time, you have an entire industry, an entire infrastructure. I'm not just talking about movie studios. I'm talking about the local businesses around the studio, restaurants and bars and all these different types of places that would have clients and customers because the studios are right there. You can even talk about cleaning company crews that clean the studios. You know what I mean? All those things are, thrown up into limbo if David Ellison and company leaves, and it's kind of tragic too, because David Ellison is a native Californian. He graduated from 2 California universities. So he's a homegrown boy. So the fact that he's saying is I'm out of here, guys, if you're not going to allow this to happen, that this is a serious issue that can have, a lot of unintended consequences. Yes, Tennessee, if they end up getting everything, they'll have this huge economic boom, but what's going to happen to California? What's going to happen to those people that relied on the symbiosis between the movie studios and whatever their business was? And what's that going to do to the community? It's a sticky situation, as well as, personally, the whole idea of consolidating even more. I mean, there's maybe 3 or 4 big time movie studios going on right now. And, that makes me a little uncomfortable when, something is so centralized. I'm not saying it should be the other way around where we have 300 or 500 movie studios, because then it's just, we're overwhelmed by choices, but both sides make me equally uncomfortable. And I don't really know what the middle ground is. Is it 30 movie studios? Is it 10? I don't know. And even if I had an opinion on what the exact sweet spot is, it's It's my opinion. I'm just a dude who makes videos talking about movies and TV shows that I like, and then every now and again I talk about these things that happen in Hollywood. You know, I don't have any thoughts yet. But this is this is getting real. Now it's like a Mexican standoff. Everyone is like staring at each other and wondering who's going to blink first, and see what happens. Anyways, those are my thoughts. What about you guys? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Smash that like button, click subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.